This is Casey Cares, Kansas City's nonprofit digital resource. We're produced by Charitable Communications. We'll tell the stories of Kansas City nonprofits and the people behind them. Casey Cares is proudly sponsored by the Ewing Marion Kauffman Foundation. And today we're on location at one of the coolest spots in Kansas City. We are at the Museum at Prairie Fire. And if you're hearing little sounds in the broadcast, that's because I'm hanging out with dinosaurs and a place that'll tell you about Kansas being an ocean and all kinds of really cool things. And Terri Thompson is going to tell us all about it. Terri's Director of Development and Community Engagement at The Map.
Yes.
Okay.
The Museum at Prairie Fire, otherwise known as The Map.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Museum opened in...
The museum opened May of 2000, let me get it straight, 14. So we are now 5 years old.
Happy birthday.
Yes. So we're now 5 years old, and boy, did that 5 years fly by. And we've done so much, we've had so many exhibitions to come through. It's incredible. We switch out exhibitions about every 6 months or so. And we have more than one going on at any given time. So there's a lot of install, deinstall, a lot going on. But we want to keep the content fresh and relevant and invigorating to the guests that visit us of all ages, because we have members, I kid you not, that come 2, 3, and 4 times a week.
Well, it's a fabulous space, which our listeners and followers will be able to see. It's filled with beautiful light from the gorgeous glass windows, and then you walk in here and it's like, oh, I think it's a pterodactyl that's above our head.
It is. It's the Kansas State fossil is a pterodactyl.
I did know that. All right, that's
Yes.
your fun fact, everyone.
It's my little fun fact. You want to hear another fun fact?
Absolutely.
So the exterior, our gorgeous exterior of our building, everyone says, oh, it's such beautiful stained glass. It's not stained glass, which is why we have an astronaut's helmet about 10 feet from our door, is because it's actually dichroic glass, which is the same technology they use on astronauts' shields to reflect the sun. Which is also why our building changes color as the sun rises and sets. It is so spectacular.
Yes, it is. So, folks, if you're not familiar with where the museum is, it's off 135th Street out in Overland Park. Yeah, it's that building you drive by and you do a double take. You go, what was that?
That is the building, and we promise. I hear this so many people say this. Oh, I've seen it. I see it all the time. I've driven by, but I've never been in. And I ask, well, why not? And they go, well, it seems so official, like there might be an armed guard at the door. And I'm like, no, you can come into our great hall and you can experience so much before you ever even buy a ticket. There's all this that you see around you. Guests can walk in from outside and just experience it without buying a ticket.
So tell us, when you walk in that door, what is the goal, the purpose of the museum?
Is to get people excited about the natural history of Kansas, to get people excited about science, to get people excited about science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. We have a very stout education department, and there is nothing quite like the joy of seeing a child and or an adult and see their eyes light up when they learn a new fact. And that kind of sets off a spark, curiosity, and their questions get deeper. It's really super exciting. So you come in, and the first thing, you'll notice one of two things immediately. And for some reason, 2 to 3-year-olds always notice the pterodactyls. But you'll notice that there's a screen to your right, that dinosaurs are kind of walking around you on that screen, and it's like, whoa. And if you turn around the corner and look to the left, there is a full-size T-Rex that seems like it's coming around the corner right in your direction. So a lot just hits you from the door.
And this is just like the sprinkles on the icing on the cake.
This is just the Great Hall. There's so much going on behind these massive walls you wouldn't believe. And like I tell people, we are a big, gorgeous, amazing building. It's a work of art. It really is. It's quickly become a landmark in not just Overland Park, Johnson County, but Kansas City. We get so much national attention for this gorgeous building. But what's most amazing about this place, it isn't the building, it isn't all the amazing exhibitions that we have inside and the artwork that we have. It's in our education department and our mission program. That is what makes this so amazing, is KC Urban Advantage, which That is our mission program. So we take all of this stout education that we have, completely authentic. Dr. Catherine McKinney will slap my hand if I try to do anything that's not authentic. She's serious about it. But we go out to Kansas City's most underserved schools, and we start with the principal, and then we have professional development for the teachers so that they are more comfortable teaching STEM and teaching it in a project-based way so they can include it throughout the year. Then we go down to the students, and we have educator modules and materials that link directly to the state standards, so the teachers don't have to do anything extra. It's literally handed to them. Here's your lesson plan. Here's how you connect the state standard curriculum to the Museum at Prairie Fire, World War I, Kansas City Zoo, all these partner institutions that we have. So they have that lesson plan. Then they come out in the field, and they can choose where they go out in the field too, right? We pay for the buses. We pay for the lunch. We pay for every single student's admission. We pay for their parents to get a pass for their entire family to come back to that institution they visited. The idea is to remove every barrier and to level the playing field, because bright minds are born in all economic standings.
Well, it knows no.
It knows no boundaries.
So how many kiddos have come through the museum?
At today, this is I think it's our fourth school year. Third year the program's been, but fourth school year. Does that make sense?
Right.
And we've had over 6,000 when we did our count for Q3, which was the start of the school year this year. We were over 6,000 kiddos already. But here's the best part about it. So it's very holistic. We also do family programming to engage the families in this and to get that family dynamic talking about science, scientific terms, engineering, fun stuff. So we do that to engage the whole family, because if it becomes part of the family vernacular, it becomes part of that child's identity. So not only is it something that they love to do, but it's also like a part of them, like, oh, I'm a science chick. That's my thing, that's my jam. I love physics, that type of thing. When you get a kid talking like that, you're on a good little path right there. So we try to make it holistic, and it's not for one grade or for one class. It's for it's open to every single student in every single grade. So we go pre-K up to the end of elementary school. Every single student has that opportunity. And it's not for 1 year or 5 years. It's open-ended. It goes on and on and on. And here's the idea. Those children that stay in that school year after year after year will continue to get this holistic educational STEAM experience. Imagine how many more STEM careers that we will spark right here in Kansas City. Imagine how many children's lives that we will change the course of their lives because we've set off that spark of wanting to learn more and more about this robotics or about gravity and how you engineer something that defies gravity and or building bridges and how it is that you can put things together and the problems you have to solve and what type of bridge you have to build. How many of those children that we will be able to set on a pathway out of poverty simply through education?
Do you have it set up internally to track, because you're in year 4, track some of these kiddos? I mean, you've got, as you say, you've got pre-K and kindergartners who hopefully then go all through their elementary schooling.
Yes.
Having had this experience, are coming back every year.
And the schools here's when we first realized, okay, we need to seriously deep dive track this. De-ident the students, track them via their student ID number. When we realized that, the school district, one of our school districts came back to us and said, this was last year, we want to incorporate you into all of our 4th grade curriculum because the schools you're in, their scores are up.
Wow, that's
they're outperforming.
Amazing.
And then they came back again and said, okay, now we want to put you into our 8th grade curriculum because where you guys are affecting the kids, their scores are up. That is huge. That says a lot to me. School districts, educators, administrators, teachers, they have so much on their plate already. They're not going to come to you asking you to participate, asking you to the party if you are not truly contributing. So it's been amazing, an amazing ride, and it's a beautiful thing when you see the kiddos' faces light up and you see them as they kind of go through the experience and they start asking questions and deeper questions and deeper questions. And the kiddos will get to questions where you're like, well, what do you think it is? Because I don't know. I'm just here for the feel good because you kids are amazing and this is incredible. So it is really, and we are a building full of scientists and educators. You'll walk up to the welcome desk to buy your ticket and have no idea that's a geologist on the other side ringing up your ticket. We are when I say have a stout education department, I mean top to bottom.
So how many people are working inside here to make all that happen?
We have a lean and mean staff. I think it's about 23 people.
That's not very big for everything you're trying to accomplish do. Wow.
We do it. It is a passionate labor of love. It truly is.
Education is not inexpensive, and here you are providing this focused on the urban advantage, on kiddos in lower income, lower or underscoring schools, inner city schools. How do you do that? You're a nonprofit.
Yes. Well, and I'm a development partner, development department of one.
All one of you?
It's all one of me, and I do a lot of talking. We all do a lot of talking about what it is that we really do here, and it's a 7-day-a-week deal. It has really become my life. But I didn't understand the level of poverty that we had here in Kansas City. I was one of those, just had lived my life and had it and thought I pretty much knew Kansas City. I've lived here my whole life. But when you see kids, first graders, on a Monday, who you overorder on Mondays anyway, and then you have to go back and urgently go pick up more food because the kids are still eating because they're still hungry. And the teacher says, well, it's probably because a lot of them didn't have a real meal over the weekend. And you're going, these are first graders. What do you mean? She said, it just is what it is. They forage for whatever they can find over the weekend. And when they get to school on Monday, they eat more. And I'm like, what happens in the summer? I don't understand. That just is mind blowing. And that makes you want to dig deeper, work harder, tell the story more and more often so more and more people can get on board and support what we do. I mean, it's really good if you think about it. If you're breaking the bonds of cyclical poverty, right? Mm-hmm. These children are way less likely to be in a place or position when they get to those middle school, high school years where they will be the victim or perpetrator of a violent crime because their interests in their bodies are elsewhere, right?
Right.
You're reducing the numbers of families in poverty, maybe by a tiny, tiny bit, but you're doing it. That's good for all of Kansas City. You're increasing the STEM careers in Kansas City that come out of Kansas City, and you've produced a hometown pride with these kids because they've seen all these amazing institutions and places that we have here in Kansas City. So what we're doing is really good for all of Kansas City.
And this is open to everyone. So you have this robust program, but anyone can come experience this at any time.
Mm-hmm. We have a stout education department. We have our classes. We have Little Explorers classes. We have jam session classes. So Little Explorers are 3 to 5-year-olds. Jam sessions are elementary school age. Those are open to everyone, and anyone can partake in those. We have adult programming, Science Happy Hour, my favorite.
That sounds good. Bobby, let's go to Science Happy Hour.
I'm just saying, I mean, what's better than kind of getting the synapses moving with a little wine and then taking in some new information? It's really kind of fun. We have astronomy programming, and we have family activities. We have so many things, and we also do lots of drives. Our members are really, really givers. It's amazing.
So you're an institution that's giving educationally, and then you're reaching beyond. I saw that you partner on, I'm trying to remember some of the organizations I went through. There were
because we partner with Boys and Girls Club, so that we serve Boys and Girls Club kids like in the summer and in their after school program. The Emmanuel Center, we partner with them, so we serve their children. Big Brothers Big Sisters, we partner with them, so all their bigs can bring their littles out here at no charge, as much as they want, anytime. So many institutions we partner with around Kansas City, but here's how we look at it. The more lives that we can touch, the more people we can reach. One of Candy's favorite sayings, rising tide raises all boats.
And that's Candy Merrill.
Yes.
Candy and Fred Merrill,
Yes.
who were the
Developers of the project.
and instigators in a good way
Yes.
of this entire thing. Is there a way that people can give back to Prairie Fire? Obviously, write a check.
Yeah.
We know how that works, but volunteer opportunities, anything
gosh.
that folks can get engaged with?
We have an incredible, I don't know where our volunteers come from, but they are amazing. We have retired vets, retired physicians, retired doctors of geology, researchers. We have an amazing volunteer program. And then we also have like these teens that come in, and they're like budding doctors and budding scientists and budding researchers, and they get so into, especially the virtual reality that we have, the virtual reality experiences.
we haven't tried that.
We haven't even tried that. They so get into the tech behind that, and I mean, these kids are like, you know, I needed to figure out how to write some code on something the other day, and one of our little teen volunteers was like, "Oh yeah, I know how to write code." I was like, "Get over here," and he did it.
Wow. So how can people find out about volunteering, coming to the
Yes.
museum? What's the connection they should go to?
Okay, so any kind of way. You can walk in the door, please. You can go to our website. The museum's website is visitthemap.org. You can go to that website. Or you can go to KC Urban Advantage's website and check out that whole program. If you really want to volunteer specifically for that, you can see everything we do within that and volunteer for that in and of itself. And then, or you can call me, Terri Thompson, 913-333-3503, or you can email me, Terri@visitthemap.org. We will find a way, a place for you to come on and
No
join the party.
excuse for anybody not getting in touch with you all, and come out. This is such an amazing space, and it's been so much fun to be here. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. Terri, thank you so much. And thanks for hosting us.
Well, thank you. We're like excited. We're kind of proud to be hosting. KC
Absolutely
Cares.
love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.